Welcome folks, welcome gents, back to a brand new video. Today, we are going to be looking at the 80th anniversary James and Henry push-along. So, I have already done a video on the 80th anniversary James. That was not such a good video. So I don't care if you watch it or not. Personally, I wouldn't. I think it'd be a waste of your time. But this James, unlike that James, is not motorized. So this James is a lot more accurate than the other one. This is the push-along James. He has a front coupler here, which allows him to couple to any of your motorized rolling stock or engines, and he can be pushed along their tracks. So yeah, we're pulled along. I also have Henry, but we'll get to him later. James here is a lot more accurate than in his motorized version. He is very accurate, as you can see. He's got his whistle on his cab, and it's painted. Normally, that is never there. He's got his shiny golden brass dome. He's got a funnel, smoke box, face looking off to the side, just like all of them are. That happens. My James has a problem with the tender coupling. The tender really likes to fall off of James, so yeah. It's probably just from a ton of use, though, so yeah. On the back, you can see it has painted buffers, which is pretty cool. It's only got 2 wheels, though, unlike in the show where he has 3 on his tender. James has those cool static side rods. They are very cool. Engines have never had side rods before in the push-along series, I don't think. So that is very cool to see, even if they don't move. They look really nice. James has a bit of weight. He's made of die-cast, I believe, which is pretty cool. So, yeah. So, James is very cool here. Very nice. I've had these for a while, but I've had to upload videos about my HO scale trains, so haven't gotten to them until now. So, yeah. So James is pretty cool. Found him at my local Walmart. He is in his accurate wheel arrangement, which is a Mogul 260, 2 pilot wheels, 6 drivers, no trailing wheels. So that is very accurate. Now moving on to Henry here. Henry is pretty much the same as James. Missing that 3rd wheel on the tender. However, the buffers are not painted on the back for whatever reason, but they are on the front, just like James there, as you can see. So yeah, no painted running board on these guys, unlike the motorized, which did have painted running boards. Henry is a little bit less accurate to the show, because he had to be shrunk down to get him to here, because otherwise he probably wouldn't fit. Now, he also has those static side rods, except these are gray instead of a golden color. He's got a dome, no whistle visible. He's got a funnel. He's got cab, which is detailed on the inside, so you can put stuff in there, very small stuff. So yeah, he also has that front coupler, as you can see. He's got back coupler, extender, so you can couple these guys together, pull them along with other engines, which is really cool. Now, in the show, Henry is a 10-wheeler, a 460, 4 pilot wheels, 6 drivers, 0 leading wheels. However, here, he has 2 pilot wheels and 6 drivers instead. So, they had to remove a wheel off the front of him to get him to fit. Now, from what it looks like to me, it looks like he would be able to fit with that wheel there still, but they went and removed it anyways. It's a shame. So yeah, Henry is a little bit of a chunky boy here. A little chunky, you know, whereas James is decently thin, except for the side rods, which are pretty thick. You know, they come out far ways, so yeah. You got their names on the bottom of them here, as you can see, and a bunch of our stuff. So yeah, both on the tender and the engine. That's there on James as well, so you can see. Yeah. So yeah. I would have these running, yeah, have a running session, except they don't exactly run, they're just pushed along, so unfortunately there's no running session in today's video. I am sorry about that. Yeah. But before I end the video, these guys can fit on other kinds of track, which I don't think was intentional, but they can. Like, let's say your wooden track from the canceled Wooden Railway series, which unfortunately was canceled. And so, yeah, it's very sad. But they can fit on this track very well. See? That is a very nice fit. So, yeah. And the Take-Along series, they can fit on that track too, but not as well as the Wooden Railway or just the motorized track. So, yeah. However, you don't even need track for these guys. So, yeah, you just have them run along like that. So, yeah. Don't fall off the edge. Yeah, so. These guys are pretty cool. Pretty durable, too. Yeah. So, yeah. Cool there, yeah. So, lots of cool stuff. Very accurate to the show. And I think that's gonna do it for today's video. I will see you next time. Like and subscribe if you want me to waste your time. And I will see you next week. Goodbye.